Hey guys, welcome back to Enter the Atmosphere. Today we're going to talk about what the pros do to prepare for a mix in Dolby Atmos. There's 5 things you must do to succeed, and we're going to talk about those today. Let's do it.
I'll try my best.
Okay.
Put in the Atmos theme.
All right, guys, my buddy Kirstie Kraus is up next, and she's going to talk to you about all the new Dolby Atmos products that are on the market, 2 especially that we're really digging, and we want to tell you all about it so you can check it out for yourself. So, coming at you right now.
Hey guys, Kirstie here. So if you're enjoying listening to music on your phone in Dolby Atmos and you want to listen to music in your home in Dolby Atmos, then I can tell you about the best consumer options out there. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to get started and tell you about a couple of products today that are really user-friendly and we like them a lot. First up is the Sonos Arc. The Arc is one of the nicest looking soundbars on the market. It has a curved grille which sweeps up around the front of the bar and flat sides to make a very impressive look. And although it's quite tall, it's just the right height to place in front of most TVs without blocking the screen. It is available in white or black, and Sonos Arc is clearly a speaker designed with simplicity in mind. It comes with no remote control, and most of the control is achieved through either the Sonos 2 app or using Alexa, Google Assistant. One really cool feature of the Sonos Arc is it supports TruePlay, which is a Sonos room correction technology. It is super easy to get set up, and it involves using your phone and you walk around waving it up and down in your living room, but it does an incredible result. It is a fantastic unit, and you'll love the way the Sonos Arc sounds in your home. To check it out in person, head over to Best Buy. All right, next up to chat about is the Sennheiser Ambeo Soundbar Max. The Sennheiser Ambeo Max comes at a higher price point than the Sonos Arc at around $2,000. But this is the exact system that Jeff uses to review Dolby Atmos mixes at home, and this thing is killer. Tell you what, here at Enter the Atmosphere, we have found uses for the Sennheiser Ambeo soundbar that go way beyond simple home theater entertainment. Packed with end-to-end 3D audio technologies and solutions, the Ambeo soundbar is ideal for your VR and XR immersive sound exhibitions. And also producing and auditioning Dolby Atmos products for artists, producers, and labels. If you want to check this product out in person, head over to Best Buy. And then when it comes time to give it a purchase, go to sweetwater.com for the best deal. All right, guys, that is it for me. I will see you next week. Stay tuned for an ETA Masterclass with Jeff Huskins.
All right, guys, let's go over these 5 things that you got to do so you can be successful in mixing Dolby Atmos. Number 1, first and foremost, you have to communicate. You need to immediately reach out to the producer and the record label, preferably the person that's A&R in the project, or if possible, talk to the artists themselves, and talk about vision, talk about direction, find out exactly what the artist wants. Do they want it to sound exactly like the mix? Do they want it to be just bigger? Do they want it to be nuts? You know, a lot of times you'd be surprised at the lack of understanding of the world of Dolby Atmos, so it's your job to educate them on what's possible. Then get a plan, get your turn-in date, and whatever you do, stick to it. Never, ever miss a date. There's too many pieces and too many parts to this puzzle that can't be held up by an engineer dragging his feet. So if you want longevity in this business as an engineer, be on time. Put the best mix possible on the table. Always just get things done as quickly and as possible as you can. Number 2, I can't stress this enough. You've got to learn the song. You need to listen to this thing through more than one time. Once doesn't cut it, okay? You need to learn the song inside and out, backwards and forward, and there's a lot of reasons. One, when you receive the stems, if you're not familiar with the song, you're not going to know if the stems are right. And 9 times out of 10, there's something wrong with the stems. There's always something missing. You wouldn't believe little bitty tiny things like a shaker or a swoosh or something that's missing are sometimes as bad as the daggum lead vocals. So you got to know the song to be able to accurately tell if that's what's going on. This is going to save you lots of time, not going back and forth, uploading missing parts. And you also have to realize this is their baby, and they know it inside and out. And if you don't, you're going to look foolish, and you're going to look like you don't care. And that's the last thing you want. If you really listen to the song and you listen to all the little details, you're going to find little things, little gems that are buried that might not really shine in the 2 mix. And you're going to be able to find a nice little space in the Atmos mix to put that, which is cool, because then they hear their mix and they go, oh yeah, I forgot about that part. I forgot we did that. That's so cool. I'm glad that's there. So again, just learn the song as well as the artist knows the song, and you're in a good spot to start. Okay, here's a big one. Number 3, a mix template. You need at least a good starting point. I/O settings, your LTC routed, the renderer set up, and all the other necessary things for an Atmos mix. You need those in place prior to mixing, or you're in for a world of hurt. My mix template has been a labor of love for years now, and it evolves continuously. I literally have 1,000 hours into building my template. My assistants can testify. It's amazing. There's nothing a client can throw at me, nothing that I can't create in seconds. So when I'm mixing, I don't want to be thinking about the technical side of how do I route this or how do I route that. I just want to stay in that space of being creative. And if you have a well-tuned template, this is all possible. So in coming episodes, I'm going to show you my mix template, how it works, break it down, why and how I use routing folders, object beds, crazy effects, parallel compression, Dante routing, my Dadman setup, all of it. I'm going to go through every bit of it. That's coming in a future episode, coming soon. Okay, number 4, a mastering template, or at least a good solid mastering plan. When an engineer mixes in stereo, it's common practice to mix through the 2-bus compression and anything else you have on the 2-bus. So your decisions as a stereo engineer are affected, as well as your automation and individual EQ compressions, decisions. Everything will be influenced by the 2-bus compression. So when you turn it off in the 2, you're obviously going to need to replace it to get things right in the Atmos mix. So my plan while mixing is to always compensate for the lack of 2-bus compression with automation and some individual compression, but at the end of the day, you're still missing that glue of the 2, as we call it. That's why I'm going to great lengths to incorporate a mastering template that will glue the bed and the objects all together in a cohesive package. There's engineers out there that mix everything in the bed so they can take advantage of the numerous, 7.1.2 limiters. But the more and more you mix in Dolby Atmos, the more you're going to come to realize that the sonic differences and the creative limitations using just a bed versus the bed and objects, well, it's well worth the effort to learn how to master the whole 128. And I'm going to teach you how in coming episodes. I'll show you my template and how I do it. Down to the T. Number 5, you got to be organized with your labeling. Do it the same way every time on every project, whether it's a single or a full album. Have a detailed and concise deliverable sheet to supply to the label. Also give it to the producer, the head 2-mix engineer. Also, if you're working for a major record label, you need to connect with the billing department. And this sounds silly, but connect with the billing department in advance to get set up in their system. Every label's different, but it does take some time to get this done. So the sooner you get this done, the sooner you're going to get paid. And you don't want to wind up on the next never worry program, I promise you. Labels have gotten a lot better about taking care of everybody, especially here at BMG. It's amazing, and the other labels too. But you just want to take care of that in advance so it's not a big issue at the end, okay? Last but not least, this is number 6. I said 5, but this is a special request. If you've been mixing in stereo for years and years and you decide you want to enter the world of immersive audio, please, guys, take it seriously. Spend the time to build your templates. Make sure you understand exactly what works and what doesn't work before you decide to do a commercial mix. I know it's tempting just to jump out there and start making it, but right out of the gate, and you're going to get the calls because you got a name as a stereo guy. But in order for Dolby Atmos to continue and thrive, we all have to work hard to make better mixes, and this takes time. This is a totally different way of mixing. It's a lot of things you learn as a stereo engineer apply, but a lot of things they have no relevance whatsoever. I'm not trying to sound like the only guy that can do this. There are some amazing Atmos engineers out there like Greg Penny, Andrew Sheps, Mills Logan, Manny Mariquin. I can go on and on. There's plenty of work to go around for everybody. Let's all just spend the time and learn how to do this right. That's why I started this show. I wanted to have a place for all of us to come together and share our knowledge to better the future of Dolby Atmos. Because Dolby's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. And I always say that the final drop is going to be whenever Spotify comes on board. Hopefully that's soon. Who knows? I'm not going to guess. But when it does, I'm telling you, it's going to change a lot of things. This is the format of the future. Let's all embrace it, and let's treat it with respect and learn everything we can about it and what not to do and what to do. That way it's just going to be better for everybody. And I'm going to do my best to educate everybody with everything that I can find out and know. And I'm going to lean on my brothers out there let's all come to the table together, and let's keep this dialogue going, and let's really make this special where people understand this is the first time we've had a format change since the 40s. We've been listening to stereo since then. And when stereo hit the scene back then, it was viewed as nuts, just like a lot of people view Dolby Atmos right now. But it's here, baby. It ain't going nowhere. And all our friends at Dolby Atmos, Christine Thomas, the whole gang, thank you guys for everything that you're doing for all of us. And we appreciate you. And we're gonna do our best to make the best records we possibly can. And just keep this train trucking. Let's do it. All right, thanks. That's about it, guys. Appreciate you watching. Thanks for all the kind comments and the phone calls and everything. I'm learning as we go here. This is a labor of love. I love Atmos. I want it to work, and I want it to work for everybody. And your support is going to. So remember to subscribe, ring that bell, and by gosh, I'll see you next week.